History is full of strange events, but few rival the peculiar combination of the tangible and the incomprehensible, as exemplified by the Kentucky meat shower of 1876 and the mysterious low-frequency hums reported worldwide, including the famous Taos hum. One event involved pieces of raw meat falling from a clear sky onto a farm, shocking local residents and drawing widespread attention in newspapers and scientific journals. The other is a sound so subtle yet persistent that only certain people can hear it, baffling researchers for decades. Both phenomena share a common thread. They challenge our understanding of natural laws and human perception, leaving ordinary people confronted with the extraordinary. They force us to ask uncomfortable questions about what we take for granted in the world around us. How can meat fall from a sky that is otherwise calm? How can sound exist that is perceptible to some, but completely invisible to measurement? These mysteries remind us that the universe is far stranger than we can easily explain, and that some events leave behind a sense of wonder and fear that persists for generations. On the morning of March 3, 1876, in a quiet area of Bath County, Kentucky, farmers were performing routine chores when a phenomenon occurred that would be recorded in history for its sheer absurdity. Without warning, chunks of what appeared to be raw meat began falling from the sky. The pieces, some roughly the size of a human hand, struck fences, rooftops, and the ground for several minutes. According to contemporary accounts, the meat varied in size, color, and texture, with most samples described as red or pink, fresh-looking, and untainted by decomposition. Eyewitnesses were naturally stunned. Some initially thought the meat had fallen from a passing wagon or been thrown maliciously, but there were no humans or animals in sight capable of producing such a shower. The event, short-lived but unforgettable, covered several acres and left a grisly, almost cinematic scene that would capture the attention of newspapers from Kentucky to New York. Scientists and physicians of the era were quickly consulted to examine the fallen tissue. Some concluded that the meat may have originated from lung tissue or muscle from an unknown animal, perhaps a cow or horse, though no definitive identification could be made. Contemporary newspapers offered vivid descriptions of the scene, often exaggerating the spectacle for sensational appeal. But even today, surviving reports confirm that chunks of meat fell without any logical source. Several theories emerged attempting to explain the event, but none were entirely satisfactory. The most frequently cited explanation is that a flock of vultures or buzzards had feasted on a carcass and then regurgitated their partially digested meal mid-flight, causing it to rain down on the unsuspecting farm. While this theory accounts for the sudden appearance of meat in mid-air, skeptics point out that regurgitated meat would have been partially digested, inconsistent in texture, and likely foul-smelling. Yet eyewitnesses described it as fresh, intact, and red. Another theory posited that a freak wind or tornado might have lifted the meat from a nearby slaughterhouse or fallen carcass, though no damage to surrounding property or transport infrastructure was ever reported, making this explanation less convincing. Others entertained the notion of a supernatural or divine occurrence, suggesting the meat fell as a bizarre sign from above, an idea more reflective of human fascination with the inexplicable than empirical science. Even today, the Kentucky meat shower remains a singular, documented event with no consensus explanation, leaving historians, scientists, and curious minds alike baffled. While the meat shower represents a single, dramatic, physical anomaly, the hum phenomenon is a slow, persistent, and psychologically puzzling mystery that has been reported around the world for decades. The most famous example is the Taos hum, first widely documented in Taos, New Mexico, during the 1990s. Residents described it as a low-frequency, continuous, droning sound, sometimes compared to a distant diesel engine idling or the hum of a massive piece of industrial equipment operating underground. What made the hum extraordinary was its selective perception. Only a small fraction of residents could hear it. Those who did often reported headaches, sleep disturbances, anxiety, and even nausea, while most people in the same environment perceived nothing. Attempts to measure the hum with instruments ranging from microphones to seismographs yielded no detectable signal. It was, in essence, a sound without a source, a phenomenon that exists at the edge of perception and challenges the very definition of reality. The Taos hum is not unique. Similar reports exist across the globe. In Bristol, England, residents of certain neighborhoods described an unexplained, persistent hum that interfered with daily life. In Windsor, Ontario, people reported hearing a low-frequency drone near industrial zones that baffled scientists. Other hums have been reported in Japan, Scandinavia, and Russia, each affecting only a small percentage of the local population and resisting detection by conventional scientific instruments. Researchers have proposed numerous explanations. Some suggest environmental sources, including distant machinery, power lines, or geological phenomena such as tectonic micro-movements. Others consider auditory or neurological causes, including tinnitus, psychosomatic perception, or hypersensitivity in certain individuals' inner ears. Yet none of these explanations account for the fact that multiple people can perceive the same hum simultaneously, while precise measurement remains elusive. The hum, like the meat shower, refuses to be neatly categorized or fully understood. What connects these two seemingly unrelated phenomena is their defiance of conventional explanation. The Kentucky meat shower was tangible, physical, and immediately observable, yet no natural, mechanical, or animal-based cause fully satisfies the historical evidence. The hum is intangible, persistent, and subjective, yet its effect is real, measurable in terms of human perception and psychological impact. Both events push the boundaries of our understanding, forcing us to confront the limitations of human knowledge. They are reminders that the world is often stranger than our explanations, and that even well-documented historical events can resist science and reason. They also highlight a fundamental human fascination with the inexplicable, the need to witness, document, theorize, and preserve mysteries that defy comprehension. The Kentucky meat shower and the hum phenomenon illustrate two very different kinds of mysteries. One dramatic and visual, the other subtle and auditory. Yet both share the same uncanny quality. They disturb our sense of normalcy and challenge the limits of understanding. Imagine standing in a field, looking up as chunks of raw meat fall from a perfectly clear sky, each piece hitting the ground with an unnatural precision and freshness, while neighbors scramble in disbelief. Now imagine sitting in your home in Taos or Bristol, hearing a faint, continuous drone that only you can perceive, a hum that persists day and night, affecting your mood, sleep, and sanity, yet leaving no trace for anyone else to hear. Both phenomena inspire a sense of awe, confusion, and humility, reminding us that the universe does not always conform to expectation. These are events that stretch human imagination, challenge science, and invite us to accept that some mysteries may never be solved. From 19th century Kentucky farmlands to quiet towns in New Mexico, England, and beyond, these strange events reveal a world full of wonders, fears, and phenomena that defy understanding. The Kentucky meat shower and the Taos hum show us that reality is sometimes stranger than fiction, that the human experience is not limited to what can be measured, and that some mysteries endure simply because they cannot be explained. If you want to explore more bizarre historical events, unexplained phenomena, and stories that defy reason, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications. Because some mysteries leave evidence, some leave sound, and some leave nothing at all. Yet all leave us questioning what we think we know about the world.